As a 30-year pro makeup artist, I cannot tell you how many mornings I've had to get out the door at like 5 or 6 in the morning, but I want to look professional and I want to look pretty close up. After all, we are this close to people's faces. So this is my quick, beautiful, professional, out the door makeup. You can do this whole look in 5 to 10 minutes, and I'm glad you're here. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Michelle Spieler. I'm a 30-year pro makeup artist. I come out of the Hollywood industry where I did TV and film, and now I do mature beauty content. And I'm so happy you're here. I'm also the creator of Mature Makeup Masterclass, a series of 23 classes on mature beauty. And today we are going to jump right into it. I want this to be brief. I know I'm never brief. I'm trying to be more concise. So I'm going to jump right into the first thing I do when I'm doing quick out the door makeup is I always do some Vaseline or Aquaphor under the eyes. Now, I've used Aquaphor for 6 months. Last Saturday, I did a video where I actually preferred the Vaseline. I did it a couple days in a row. I still to this day prefer the Vaseline. And many of you said, well, how do you apply it? So that's why I'm going to do it right now. I do it through my pores, anywhere where you have maybe larger pores that you find more noticeable. This kind of fills in the nooks and crannies. Okay. Gosh, I hope this video is not too bright. I'm using a new camera, and some of you said in my last video I felt a little darker and warm, and so I went a little brighter and cool light. Okay, now that that's on, I will take... So the reason I wanted to do this video is because I love quick outdoor makeup. As a professional makeup artist, sometimes we have a call time of 5, 6, 7 in the morning. So you're getting up real early. Sometimes I'll be honest, if I knew people really well, I just would show up with skincare and SPF and not makeup. But if you don't know someone, you want to look professional. So I would do makeup early in the morning, but it had to be fast and it had to be light and it had to be professional. And so here we go. I'm going to be using Milk Makeup today. I just did a campaign with them on TikTok and Reels. It's probably not going to air for the next couple weeks, but it's for the Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale. This is not sponsored. I'm not doing sponsored posts in my long form. So never ever worry that anything long form is sponsored. It's not. You might see this over in my YouTube shorts, TikTok, Instagram. But the reason I wanted to do this is because this is my favorite contour stick on the planet. It's about to go on sale for 30% off. They also had me using their blush stick, but I actually prefer their jelly, and we're going to do the jelly today. So this is just quick out the door makeup. We're going to do it super quickly, okay? Now that I lifted off that excess Vaseline, I'm just going to do one pump of the Milk Glow Primer. They're known for their Hydro Grip, which is kind of a green gel. And if you're on a budget, e.l.f. did a great copy of it. It's not a dupe. We don't use that word on my channel. I hate the word dupe. There's no such thing as a real dupe. But I will say, e.l.f. did a really great job. They really did. But this is their glowy one. Put it on the other day, didn't love it. It got it caught in some areas. It got a little patchy, and I think it's because I put it on dry skin. So let's see, it's not catching, it's not catching. If you are self-conscious about your pore size, if you are oily skin, this is not for you. But for those of us who have dry skin and we just want that little bit more glow, this is really nice, and it does hold the makeup on longer, especially through the pores where our skin wants to drink in the makeup. At the end of the day, we're like, hey, where's my makeup? Then I'm going to go right into a skin tint. I always use skin tints when I'm trying to get out the door real fast. This is Naked Sundays. It has an SPF 50. I preach on this channel, I preach SPF alone. Always use an SPF alone. But today I'm indoors. It's really gray. I'm not going anywhere. This has an SPF 50. Is it enough? No. But again, I'm indoors all day. So I squeeze a little bit on the back of my hand, pick it up with the brush that they recommend for it, although you can use any brush you want. And I just put it on real quick. That's why I love skin tints. They look skin-like. They're super easy. I'm gonna do a little bit more. When you ask me on Instagram what my favorite skin tint is, 100%, it's always Naked Sundays. And those of you who have known me for a while know this is my favorite SPF of all time. I love it even more than the delicate, pretty Korean SPF. And that's because this is kind of like a thick beige, and it kind of like hides all my flaws. That's why I like this. But I also love beautiful Korean SPF because it's just feels like skincare, and they have exceptional SPF. Then I take a blender of any kind. This is Cami Wynn. I'm not an affiliate for her, but I can certainly link it to her website. They're only $6. I like to buy, like, you know, a few at a time. I exchange it out maybe every 2 months. I throw out the old one and just do a new one. They come in skin tones, which I love. So your foundation just blends right into it. You don't really notice ugly staining unless you're using bright colors. Okay, and at this point, I will look close up in the mirror to make sure everything is blended and looks skin-like, and holy moly, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. By the way, because this is a new camera, I didn't know this. These cameras come preset with a filter. I had to turn it off. So those of you that were telling me on Wednesday night, oh my gosh, your skin looks amazing. Yeah, because there was a freaking filter on, and I don't use filters. I stopped all beauty mode, and I stopped filters before 2020, but I stopped all beauty mode on TikTok in 2021 because it's a lie. Women have to see skin texture. They have to see pores. They have to see facial hair. Otherwise, none of this is gonna help you. I'm doing it in vain, and that's not why I'm here. So I turned it off. I purposely turned it off. So hopefully we're noticing more skin texture today, because I have it. I have it, and I'm not embarrassed about it. We all have skin texture. Okay, I'm gonna go in real quick with a brow. Oh wait, I like to do a little skin tint on my eyelids just because I have those veins and a little bit of weird discoloration. Okay, this is also Milk, and you know, my favorite is Anastasia Brows, but this is so fast. I want you to see how fast this is. But you know me, I love my Anastasia Brows. I did a video called 3D Brows for sparse, balding, all the things. And it did really well, so I can link it here. It's called my 3D Brows, and I show you how to use the Anastasia Brow Pomade. It's my favorite brow product. But again, this is quick out the door makeup, so I'm not going for perfect three-dimensional brows. I'm just going for brow. Okay, I'm just filling it in lightly. I have some holes. My eyebrows are asymmetrical. Many of us have asymmetrical eyebrows, which I think it's hard. Isn't it, when you have asymmetrical eyebrows? I'm always jealous of women that have completely symmetrical eyebrows. I'm always jealous of women who didn't fall into trends. You know, you didn't pluck your brows off in the early 80s and then again in the 90s. I remember plucking my brows off, and like that very next year, or maybe even that year, my mom was horrified, by the way, because she plucked hers off. She's like, no, don't pluck your brows. They won't grow back. That very next year, Brooke Shields was the hot thing. And then, you know, we'd all plucked our brows off. So again, I'm probably a little bit quicker with this when I'm trying to get out the door, because I'm not talking when I'm doing makeup. When I talk, it slows me down. That's why my videos are lengthy, because I talk. I educate. I'm an educator. I'm a natural teacher. I love to teach. So then I'm going to go in with this little like auburn brow gel, because it helps my brows match my hair a little better, being that I'm copper. But you do not have to use a colored brow gel. Sometimes I use just this brow gel when I'm really in a huge hurry. And it works so great. I'm so impressed because it kind of fills in behind the brow, so it creates a little bit of a shadow in your brow, but then it also tints the hair. Okay, let me see how that looks in the mirror. I think that looks good. I don't know, you tell me. I think that looks good. I always go in with the little brush and make sure it didn't get too crazy out of the lines, but I feel like that's a good brow. Okay, now my favorite part, their sculpt sticks. This is toasted. They are my favorite. They blend better than Saint. They never get patchy. They never get splotchy. They look exactly the same at the end of the day as when you put them on. And they're true cool. It's a true cool color. So I'm going to do one area at a time because if it starts to dry and set, it's harder to blend. So we're going to do forehead first. Now, not everyone has to do their forehead. I had a model the other day. I did a hair model, and she had a very short forehead. So I didn't need to contour her forehead. But what I did is I took a little bit of warmth on the side of her forehead right here to draw your eyes into her beautiful eyes, because we did a really, really sexy smoky eye on her. So you can still do a little bit of like dimension on a short forehead, but you're not going to contour the top of a short forehead. That would be silly. It would be the whole forehead would be contoured. So these are the Krystelle Lee brushes. I can link them. I love them. You'll see me use them in every video because how pretty is this? I'm so happy every time I pick up this blue. I just love it. Okay, so there's the top of my forehead, which is actually a 5 head. I have a longer forehead. Now, this is so fun. I feel for my cheekbone, and then I go kind of on the cheekbone, but a tiny bit lower, okay? And you know, I'm not a huge fan of contour on mature women, but I love this. Now watch this. We're not gonna rub it because we could rub it right off. So I'm tapping and it's going to melt in to the skin and stay where you put it, but be blended in almost like an airbrushed way. Look at that. And it's a true cool color. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. I love these. I've been using their sculpt sticks since 2022. And sometimes I forget about it because I have so much. If you're new here, I probably get 3 to 5 packages a day of PR, and more is showing up. Now that we're going into holiday, so many packages are showing up every day. So sometimes I forget about a product, but I love that. Look at that. See how soft it is? And then you can take it on the jawline. On the jawline, and then I like to go under here because it creates a true shadow. Sometimes I do it with bronzer, but bronzer is never gonna look like a shadow. Bronzer's warm. It still can give beautiful dimension, but bronzer is warm. And then I'll take whatever's on the brush. I'll do the bottom of the chin because I do have a longer pointy chin. But again, you have to consider your face. You don't contour a chin that is short. Okay, now I also love it on the eyes. It makes the pretty, this is outdoor makeup. So when I just need a little dimension to my eyes, I love to do the nose. If I'm in a real hurry, I might skip the nose because, you know, the nose takes time. But I will take this beautiful dimensional stick and I just blend it. And then look, do you see what I'm doing? The crease comes down the nose. The crease comes down the nose. And then it's real natural looking. You don't see where it starts and stops. I like to do the end of my nose because I have a little bit of a bulbous nose, just a little bit. I don't mean that to be, you know, critical of myself, but I'm just pointing out the shape. I have a broader nose and it's a little bulbous on the end and it's growing longer because we get a droopy nose as we age. So fun. Okay, now sometimes I might even take the brush and do this and then go in and make it a little bit heavier. Always just kind of fanning it out, tapping with your fingers. A little bit. Go in. And then tap it with your fingers. I'll look in the close-up magnification mirror in a minute to make sure it's all looking blended. Okay. I think that is good with the sculpt stick. Let's see. Yeah, looks amazing. I gotta pull this hair because it's driving me nuts. Yeah, looks good, looks good. Sometimes I do a little under the lip. And I'll just create a little bit of a shadow. I don't take it to the corners because that would look weird. Okay, yeah, it's real important to check the eyes and make sure. And I'll zoom in a minute too so you can see. Now, one way I really save time, if I know I have like to go to church really early on a Sunday, or I have an early morning makeup job, I will do lash extensions the night before. It saves me so much time. You could certainly throw mascara on, but if I added mascara to this video, it would add another 6 minutes to this video. I'm not kidding you. I am meticulous with my mascara. So let me see. I thought I just had, well, I don't see it now, but these are Lashify. So that's what I have on. I have Lashify, and they are a beautiful dark brown. Okay, next, here is what I like to do. If I have time and I want to be cute, I might take a fun little like multi-dimensional shadow. Look at that. And then I might just like pat it on the center of the eye for just fun, just for fun. And see how that, like, that's kind of like a pink and a blue and a purple in one. It's such a pretty color. What is this called? This is called Blushing Lizard by Half Magic. Y'all know how I love Half Magic. I think their shadow singles are like $12 or $14. They're really affordable. Half Magic is really affordable makeup. And it's at Ulta, but I was using it long before it ever went into Ulta. The creator of Half Magic is Donnie Davy. She is the department head for Euphoria. I never watched Euphoria because I don't watch shows like that, but the makeup is exceptional. It's just some of the prettiest makeup that's ever been on TV. So I might add a little bit, and then if you feel like it gets too noticeable in the crease, you can just go back in like this with your contour. Okay, so there's my eyes. My eyes are done. Now we're gonna do, watch this, we're gonna do a little bit of concealer. I'm using Maxine's Revenge French Face. I'm light beige, and then I'm gonna take the Krystelle Lee concealer brush, and then I really work it into the brush. It's called priming the brush. That's something Katie Jane Hughes kind of brought to the beauty community. I'd never really done that before, so I like to give her credit. I never steal credit. My 30 years makeup experience, everything I talk about, it's from my own pure experience. But when I see a cool trick from another makeup artist, I'm gonna give them credit, because I don't believe in stealing content. I hate it. It's done every day. I see so much stolen content on YouTube. I see so much on TikTok and Instagram, and it's nauseating. And I even have people stealing my tips and techniques and making it sound like their own. And they've never done makeup in their life. They're just an older woman who does makeup. And it's just infuriating, but it's just the nature of the game. So when you all follow me because I'm a pro, it means a lot to me. It really does. Because you see the difference. I'm not an influencer. I'm a 30-year pro makeup artist. Okay, so there we have beautiful, beautiful French face, Maxine's Revenge. I took a little bit down the nose. I kind of go around the nose too. Now, here's what Milk did not want me using. Okay, I'm looking at my battery strength. Milk didn't want me using this in the video, but this is what I love. These are their jelly sticks, and they literally are like Jello. They look like Jello, like you can almost see through it. And I learned the hard way. I put it right on the cheek. Don't do that. The reason I like these is they are stains. They're cooling. So when you put it on, especially if you're having a hot flash, it's like, oh, that feels cool. They're cooling and they stain your face. So they, at the end of the day, it looks like I just put it on because it's a stain. So watch this. I'm going to take a dense flat brush and then watch this. I'm going to, woo, see, do you see what I'm saying? Like that's cray cray. But we're going to, don't be afraid, okay? Don't be afraid because I like a little bit on the nose. I like a tiny bit up here. Don't be afraid because watch what we're going to do, okay? It's a little crazy. Look. It's a little crazy. I'm going to go in with my sponge before it sets, while it's still kind of damp or fresh, I should say fresh. Okay. Now let me look in the mirror. Okay, looks good. It's maybe a little, I really like, I have apples, so I like to really saturate my apples. You do not have to if you don't have apples. But I like to put blush in my apples because I have apple cheeks. It's silly not to put blush in an apple cheek and just leave it bare. It doesn't look right, okay? So that is blended, but is it super pink? Yes, it is. Is this camera picking up on it or is it just picking up on the beautiful sheen? I see sheen in the camera, but when I'm looking at the mirror behind me, I almost look like I have a sunburn. So then what I like to do is I either go in with my foundation brush and I go right through here. Or better yet, because I still have fresh product on here, watch this. I go around that part, just kind of around the beginning of the blush and the top of the blush. I'm not going on the blush, I'm going around it. And that makes it, now it looks like the pink is coming from my skin, not sitting on it. That's what I love to do. And the Maxine's Revenge French Face has skincare in it and it's very hydrating. So it gives you that beautiful sheen-like glow. I just absolutely love it. Then, oh yeah, it's wet. It literally feels wet. So what I like to do, notice how I'm just putting it in the center of my lips. I'm not doing my whole lip. And I'm gonna let it set for a minute because this is a stain. I wish they let me use this in the video, but they were like, no, that's not on sale. But I will show you what I did use while this is drying on my lips. I used this in my 1-minute video for Milk. It's called Quirk, as in quirky, and it's really pretty. It's a really pretty universal, I would call it kind of a, earthy rose. Not really earthy. It's not really an earth tone, but I would call it like a rose. I feel like the lighting on this is like, I'm gonna be so mad when this is over and I go to edit and it's not right. Please, Lord, let this work. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with a little bit of lip pencil. This is MAC Strip Down. I love MAC Strip Down. It's been one of my top pencils for, I don't know, about 20 years. I have a mustache, by the way, so if you see that on camera, I apologize. I usually use this before I film. It's a little razor. But I don't use it after I have makeup on. I love this. I keep it right here in case I have a mustache. And I have to I have to dermaplane my face this week because I'm going to New York City. Okay. And then I'm going to fill my lips in a minute with just a lip balm, but I look in the mirror and I make sure, like, keep in mind this whole makeup look, when I'm not on camera, this whole makeup look is maybe 7 or 8 minutes. It's so fast. And I always feel really pretty when I wear this look, because close up, I know I look like a normal person. I don't look like I don't look like someone who's a pro makeup artist. I feel pretty as a woman who's 57, close up in someone's face, because when you're close up in someone's face, they can see all the flaws. Notice how I don't powder under the eyes. I never powder under the eyes. If you're oily, you probably can get away with it, but I'm normal to dry. My under eyes are so gorgeous with that Vaseline and French face. Let me see if I can zoom in so you can see it. Can I zoom in? Oh yeah, look. Do you see that? Let me see. Yeah, it's not creasing anywhere. Now, I know things can take a while to crease, but sometimes, you know, things can crease immediately. You put it on and you do something else and you go to check and it's creasing already. This isn't creasing. It's beautiful. Okay, we're gonna zoom. And do we see my skin texture and like some of my sunspots because I turned that filter off? Ooh, that's too close. I hope so. I was so disillusioned when I found out these cameras come preset with a filter and you have to go out of your way every single time to shut it off. It makes me wonder how many YouTubers use the filter and they don't tell us. Anyway, okay, so now I'm going to take my Prada lip balm. This is a Sabrina Carpenter. I love it. I don't know how much it is. I'll put it. Oh my gosh, do I love this. It's blue, but it goes on pink. So it's like a really sheer, soft pink. And then with that little bit of pink stain in the middle, it almost looks like I had a little popsicle. Like it gives you this kind of childlike lips, you know? And then let's see how everything looks. And there you go. That's my out the door makeup. I don't even know how long that took because I don't have my... I can't see without my readers. Let's set it. I always set my makeup 100% of the time. This is Cali Ray. I like it because it's the most microfine mist I've ever used. And then I love my Lashify. I just love it. I love my Lashify. It saves me so much time. I can roll out of bed and have instant eyes. We're done. We're dry. We're dry. We're dry. Okay. What do we think? I'm praying to God that the lighting looked good in this video because on the monitor I looked too bright. Anyway, drop any questions and comments. I'm really good the first 48 hours getting back to every single comment. I want you to feel seen and heard. We are the Look Good Close-Up Club. We have the best community here on YouTube. And all you have to do to be a club member is subscribe, engage, get to know one another in comments. But everyone's just so generous with tips. Like even the last video on HRT, everyone's just so generous. And I really value everyone's opinion. Just because I'm a 30-year pro doesn't mean I can't learn from so many of you. And I do. And I love it. So thank you. Thank you for being here. Thanks for being part of this community. And I hope that this was fun. Let me know if you try this look. It really is like 7 or 8 minute makeup out the door. And I will see you next week, I think, for some really cool Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale items. Let me know if that appeals to you. I don't want to push products you don't need. I don't want to feed into consumerism, but it really is one of the best times a year to get a significant deal on something that you've had your eye on. And so I want to tell you about some investments that I love in my life that are going to have deep discounts. And I love when we save money. Isn't that fun to save money on a high quality product? So we'll do a video on that. And until then, God loves you and I love you too. Bye for now.